8 minutes past 6 o'clock, all is quiet at State Capitol now that the legislative session has ended. Pat McGuigan with CapitolBeatOK.com joins us with a wrap of the session. Pat, good to see you. Hope you had a great holiday period.
I did. Got a little bit of rest.
Let's grade everyone that's involved in legislative sessions.
Okay, Governor gave the session a B-. The Speaker Pro Tem gave it a B, and the President Pro Tem gave it a B, and the Speaker gave it an A. I give it a C+.
I was going to say, okay, they're all patting themselves on the back. How do you grade it?
I give it a C+. They got done. They worked really hard. At the end, I don't want to be too critical and, try not to be too opinionated these days. Government's not right-sized yet. That's why the President Pro Tem Coffee is predicting perhaps a $700 million hole in next year's budget unless we have really robust growth. I think that's a big enough problem that they've left behind that it pulls it off of a B.
Well, one big problem is, federal stimulus money did fill half of it.
Yes.
We're not going to have that next year.
$540 million of it was federal stimulus money. And the next round of stimulus, which was going to be very focused but was still a lot of money, is failing in Congress in part because moderate Democrats are abandoning it because of worries over the deficit.
And we also used a big chunk of the rainy day fund.
Rainy day fund has $100 million left, which is good that they left some because there was advocacy of leaving none. So $100 million left in the rainy day fund, not much to cover that kind of a debt next year.
Pat, what are the chances that we will actually get $300 million in revenue enhancements? And the reason I ask that is a lot of times these tax credits are given to businesses to increase business, which increases the amount coming into the state coffers. And if they go away, you're actually going to drop.
Right. So the problem is you just summarized it, is that the activity comes back off, and you're not getting that, which in turn is priming the pump, hopefully, for long-term activity. So I think there's going to be a real challenge. All three of the men we interviewed at the end of the week were optimistic that it will generate that kind of money, the changes they made, which are, in essence, delaying or deferring or eliminating altogether some of the tax credits.
In the short term, though, the cuts to state agencies not as large as we thought.
Not as large. Some agencies, though, are looking, you have to remember, at 15 to 18% cumulative cuts. That's a lot of money for the smaller agencies. Education, corrections, public safety, health care, less so. Less cuts, but still substantial when you look at real money, which is what our budget is.
All right, we've got about 10 seconds left. What is the one item not budget-related that really stands out from the session to you?
The fight over the abortion-related measures. This is a pro-life legislature in a pro-life state. They voted that way. They overrode the governor on 3 of his 4 vetoes, and the 4th one they didn't get to. So the governor stood for what he believes in, but the legislature did too.
All right, Pat McGuigan, OKCapitalB.com. Much more of his analysis at his website. Visit it. It's 12 minutes.